I went to the eye doctor this week and it was an eye-opening experience. I didn't think I was having a problem with my vision, at least that was my perception. I didn't think there was a problem until the vision test began. I not only had to have my vision corrected with a stronger prescription, I had to have my perception about how well I could see corrected. This video examines perception. We'll look at our perception of ourselves, our perception of others, and how we can manage those perceptions to have more successful interpersonal relationships. For most of us, encountering problems seems like the time we decide to go on a journey to explore our relationships. Usually, we are content to participate in our interpersonal relationships without asking, what do I know about myself? What do I know about myself that others do not know? What is it that others know about me that I do not perceive? And what is it that's true about myself that I'm not aware of and others have not noticed either? If these questions sound familiar, it's because they are the 4 questions that make up the JOHARI Window. Each question or perspective is important to know and consider. These videos are a challenge to go on a journey of self-awareness. You see, perception is not the same as reality. You might perceive that you are a certain way, positive or negative, or that other people are a certain way. But perception is the process by which we become aware of the things around us, the people around us, and ourselves. Perception is not a destination. It's a continual journey to better understand ourselves and others. Now that we've defined perception, let's break it down and apply it to interpersonal relationship and discuss some strategies. First, we each have perceptions of ourselves. We look at ourselves and form opinions. We gather those perceptions because of positive and negative experiences in our lives. We've listened to our families and our personal cultural background, and we try to understand ourselves by how others react to us. For example, if you grew up and the people around you continually told you that you were not creative or smart, you began to perceive yourself in that way. Also, if you grew up and were never corrected or encouraged to argue for your position, wouldn't that perception of self impact your interaction with others as an adult? The challenge is to grow in self-awareness. Whether or not you are currently struggling with a relationship with someone that's being impacted by how you've come to perceive yourself, reminding ourselves that no matter how we grew up, whatever influences we have had that have shaped our self-perception, at a certain point, we need to take responsibility for better understanding ourselves. Here are steps that you can take to self-awareness. Listen to others. Actively seek information about yourself. See your different selves and be more open to others. Each can help you on your journey to a more correct perception of you. Second, we also have perceptions of others. Interpersonal relationships are impacted by how we perceive others. We often take shortcuts in how we view others. We come up with frameworks in which we place people. We gather a small amount of information about another person and we begin to place them into categories or attach a script to them that we perceive they will act within. Then we continually interpret and evaluate those people that we're in relationships with based on these shortcut perceptions. This isn't always bad or wrong to do initially because we are constantly forming first impressions of people. The problem is that we have to remember that perception is not a destination. It's a continual journey to better understand others and ourselves. Look beyond the initial framework and perception that you have formed of others. Can you see how viewing people just through this initial framework can impact your personal relationships? Are you letting initial impressions control how you continue to view a relationship? People are not static and can grow and change. And our perceptions can also grow and come more into focus. Just like a new glasses prescription helps a person to see the world around them clear and with greater understanding. The perceptions we have of ourselves and the perception we have of others will dramatically impact our interpersonal relationships. The question is, will you take the time to examine your perceptions and ask how close they are to reality? The Johari Window reminds us that in our interpersonal relationships, we have perceptions about ourselves, perceptions about others. There are things that others perceive about us that we do not perceive, and things that we don't perceive about ourselves that others may not have perceived either. Perception is a journey to understanding yourself and others. It's a journey where our current perception about ourselves and others is never the full story. Give yourself and others the room to grow and develop. That's my prescription for you. See you in the next video.